What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Will back with another video, and today we gonna be getting into another interesting video topic. Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Will here. So we got a quick question for you guys today. Well, not we, I do. Thought about it myself, so I wanted to bring it to your attention. Who is the biggest threat to the Browns in the playoffs? Schematic wise, matchup wise, who's the biggest threat in order? Let's go top three. If I had to do a top three, like if I really had to, I think it's an obvious three, but I think the comfortability and the confidence I have in the Browns, from 3 to 1 is drastically different. I'm going to just give you guys a list of teams from start to bottom of who am I most worried about versus least. We're going to, of course, start at least. So we're going to just leave it in, the teams that's obviously not eliminated yet. So we got Pittsburgh. They're the bottom of the barrel. Like, Pittsburgh, not worried about them at all. Then who would it be? The Texans? I don't know how I feel about Texas in the playoffs, but I wouldn't be too worried about the Texans in the playoffs. They do got C.J. Stroud. That boy is like that. Then we have, who you want to say? The Colts? The Colts? Yeah, you probably don't. Well, I think the Colts is probably a worse team than the Texans. So I would say Pittsburgh, the Colts, then the Texans in that order. Then you come down, it's probably going to be the Jags. So pretty much all the AFC South teams in Pittsburgh, looking on the inside out. And then I'll put the Jags right above the Texans. And then who else would it be? This one we start getting a little bit tricky. Are you concerned and scared of the Bills? Or are you more concerned are you more concerned and scared of like the Dolphins or the Chiefs or Baltimore? Or who scares you guys as Browns fans the most? Me personally, I think if I had to rank them, I would personally go Bills. I would go Jags, Bills, Dolphins, Miami, Baltimore. Well, I just said Miami twice. But I would go Pittsburgh, or just to restart, I would go Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Houston, the Jags, the Bills, then the Chiefs, then the Dolphins, then the Ravens. Here's why. We're going to start from top to bottom. We're not worried about Pittsburgh. We not really worried about the Colts. One thing I do want to bring up and I do want to mention though, I think we kind of severely underrating the other team's playoff environment. Like this is not going to be like we're going to go on the road and play a playoff game. This is not going to be a walk in the park at all. Like of course we're the better team. Of course we can beat that team. Of course we got a more than a puncher's chance. But hey, we're walking into Jacksonville in the playoffs. Their fans not going to be their fans not going to be coming weak. They're not going to be quiet. They're not. It's a playoff game. We're going into Indianapolis and in Houston in the playoffs. That's going to be a loud, hectic environment. So we got to keep that type of stuff in mind. Like I think a lot of people are underrating that severely, but if we take all the crowd and the effects and the stage out of it, the Browns should beat them teams. Now, when we get into pure football, it's a couple guys it's a couple players that's in this playoffs on the AFC that presents massive problems for the Cleveland Browns. For example, Tyreek Hill. What the are you going to do about Tyreek Hill? Because who is going to guard Tyreek Hill? Who's another guy? Lamar Jackson. What are we going to do about Lamar Jackson? Now, we beat Lamar last time, but that was with Deshaun. Can Joe Flacco perform at that same level that Deshaun performed to beat them Baltimore Ravens? We shall see. Pat Mahomes is still Pat Mahomes, everybody. He's still Pat Mahomes. He's a problem. Travis Kelce is a problem. Josh Allen is a problem. Stephon Diggs is a problem. I'm not going to say Tua is a problem. Tyreek Hill is a problem. So that's where I kind of look at it. I'm like, okay, who can give the Browns the most issues? Because the Chiefs' defense is, of course, good. But are we more concerned about Pat Mahomes or are we more concerned about Tyreek Hill? That, as a defense, that's a good freaking question. Because I trust our corners against against every wide receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs. I trust Grant Delpit and JOK to handle Travis Kelce. I do. But do I trust somebody? Do I trust Denzel Ward, Martin Emerson to go out there and stop Tyreek Hill? I don't know what we're going to do about that, guys. I just don't know. Because we play a lot of man. And I don't know if they're like that to stop the best wide receiver on the planet. So, the Dolphins scare me. I do think they could shut up Stephon Diggs. I think they could keep Diggs under 70 yards. So the Bills not too concerning. Their run game does scare me a little bit, but I think that the Browns defense will show up. And if the Bills ever play the Browns, it's gonna be in Cleveland. So let's all hope that happens because they're not gonna want to ever come back here again. So my biggest concerns is obviously the Dolphins and the Ravens. The Ravens have this elite defense, and they got the best quarterback on the planet playing right now, Lamar Jackson. And then you got Tyreek Hill, pretty much the best offensive player on the planet right now. Those two game changers and those two dynamic factors are going to be those two people and two guys that if I'm the Browns, I'm most concerned about because those presents the most matchup nightmares. You don't have another Lamar Jackson on the other side of the field. He's gone. So is Joe Flacco going to be able to hold up against Lamar? Is Tyreek Hill going to get clamped by Denzel Ward and Martin Emerson? Those are the problems that gets presented as this Cleveland Browns team. Offensively wise, the Dolphins defense, I think the Browns can do what they want to do with the Dolphins, Jags, Bills. I think the team that's going to come down to, and it's going to be them two teams, and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Can this Browns offense get going against them teams? I think that's what it's really going to come down to, man. I do think this team could go far, and I hate to say it, but it's going to all come down to the defense and the quarterback. It's going to come down to what Joe Flacco could do. And now, if Joe Flacco goes out there and lays a stinger, they could probably get past the Jags, the Colts, the Texans, maybe. But you can't lay no stinkers against Kansas City. Can't lay no stinkers against Josh Allen. Can't lay no stinkers against Tyreek Hill. And can't lay no stinker against Lamar Jackson. Two of those might not be true. But, not here nor there. Y'all get my point, man. We got to get lucky. We got to see what we can get. Everybody got to be on their A game. Everybody got to get their rest. Everybody got to be okay. So, we're going to see. Y'all comment down below who's your biggest fear. What team, if you could avoid playing, don't you want to play? You don't want to play. Like I said, if anybody could get eliminated in the first round, I would hope it's going to be the Dolphins or the Chiefs. And if anybody can get eliminated in the second round, the Browns still there, I'm going to hope it's the Ravens. So, if we only got to play one of those three teams to get to the Super Bowl, I think we got a pretty good freaking chance at getting to a Super Bowl. If we got to just beat Baltimore in Baltimore or beat Buffalo here or beat Kansas City in Kansas City, if we got to just win one of those games, I think this defense and this team will go well and bowl pretty well. I don't think the weather is going to be a big factor. I know some people talked about, the difference between playing in Miami versus playing in Kansas City. I don't think weather really matters in football as much as we try to accumulate to. At the end of the day, they just got to go out there and perform. Got to go out there and play good. Mike McDaniels did cook us last time, though, y'all. So I am fearful of Mike McDaniels and Tyreek Hill and Tua out there coming and us having to play them. So something to keep in mind. But like I said, I want y'all thoughts, see your comments and opinions on it, man. If you made it this far in the video, drop a W in the chat. I just wanted to bring some content to you guys. We're going to also drop, a video. Who should we want to play the first round out of the AFC South teams? Because, they got pretty much playing for their playoffs right here with the Colts, I think, playing the Texans, and then you also got the Jags playing the Titans. So last week in the NFL was very jam-packed, a lot of games, a lot of rival matchups. You know, you got the Browns playing the Bengals. So we shall see, man. But it's your boy Will. Just wanted to drop this video for you guys, and I'm out. Peace.